Like, shout out to Media Block. They got everything over there. But, shit, like Wolves Den. You been to Wolves Den, it's a different effect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That whole real vibe,
It's just different over there. Like, and at GTX, they got the 80-inch, the 70-inch, and the 50-inch LEDs.
Yeah.
Screen, the whole night. You seen that footage when I DJ'd over there? That shit live as fuck, man.
Oh, okay, gonna be there.
Yeah,
okay, I got
right
you.
there.
Boom.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Right.
I am Hype South.
I am DJ Nightcap.
I'm the Come Down King, Harvey Luv. You know what it is.
And this is Throwed in the Game.
Whoa.
I'm so cold in the game.
Hey, I want to know about the Come Down King, man. That's my first question, man. How did you get that title, and what does that title really mean?
Real good question. Yeah, damn good question to start it off with, for sure. I got the actual name. I was just Harvey Luv, just the producer, Harvey Luv.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Willie D was in my studio one time, and one day or whatever, we doing some stuff or whatever. And I'm letting him hear some tracks, and we just we vibe and we doing some things or whatever. He was already doing a song, some other song, whatever. But I was letting him hear some stuff that I had too or whatever, because I come from Rap a Lot. I was Rap a Lot at first.
Yeah.
That's how I first started my career with Big Mello, and all of that. So Willie D and I, we real tight. He was a real cool, my old man or whatever. But anyway, he was over there in my studio. We chilling, we kicking it, and what happened was, I'm letting him hear these tracks, and the tracks that I'm known for, are just that kind of like that hard bass line with the knocking drums,
trunk
whatever.
knockers.
Trunk knock, exactly.
Yeah.
Knocking, perfect word, because people knew my style. When people know my style, they'll know that I use 808 sometimes, but not a lot. I like the knock more than the bang, more than the boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my tracks are not gonna have that, but they'll rattle your trunk because I like the knock. I like a gorilla beating in your, like that, as opposed to oblong bass. Boom. You ain't gonna get too much of that. If you listen to Doctor, I'm gonna tell you why, because I idolize two people in my craft, in my industry, in the industry, and doing trade. Crazy C, that's the one that taught me.
Shout out to Crazy C, man.
Exactly. And Dr. Dre is who I came up idolizing, because if you listen to Dr. Dre beat, a lot of Dr. Dre tracks, he don't use 808s a lot. It's that hard kick, that hard knocking kick and hard bass line.
That's it.
Yeah. So I started building my craft like around that. So everything, and that makes for the perfect slab song. Coming down the Ave, coming down, do doom doom, ah,
yeah,
boom boom, ah. That kind of, what I'm saying, or whatever, and hitting with a bass line or whatever. So Willie D, back to Willie D. Willie D was like, man, damn, man, you got that come down, kind of music, down peg, man. Man, you like to come down king. Man,
Willie D gave you that
king
name.
Of that, man. You like to come down king. He wasn't saying that's gonna be your name. He was like, you really like one of the best at doing that style of music, right? Yeah. So it just resonated, and it stuck. It stuck to me. I actually went in the other, in the other room and like thinking like, I am, and I wasn't saying I am the king.
Yeah,
I am that name that he just said.
The calm down
exactly.
I like that shit.
Ever since then, come down king. I started writing it, and once I started writing it a lot. I'm the come down king, Harvey Luv, the come down king. I started making that match. You know what I'm saying? I started making that connect to that name.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it all became one, and it became one in my mind. And that, that's I started I started making everybody else see what I was seeing. And it was just so, in all actuality, come down is my style of music, like that coming down, whatever. Whereas I'm all versatile, where I do pretty much any kind of music. But what I was known for is just like with the Big Pokey, you know what I'm saying? You know the who that man, who boom boom. You know what I'm saying? That knocking.
That's
you know
all
what I'm saying? Making my bass lines and my drums
kicks,
connect
no
and
808s
communicate.
too.
Exactly. And so man, when I make it hit hard like that or whatever, it's that style of music. And like I did for the Woss Ness, that same like 3s, 4s, everything was punching. You know, I like more punch than bang. And so that's come down.
So when you did that with Willie D, when Willie D said that, was that before Woss Ness?
It was actually no, because I wouldn't have come down king with the Woss Ness. I was just Harvey Luv, the producer that loved that style of music.
Right.
It was pretty much, like
you were mastering that come down king
exactly,
shit.
Exactly.
You were figuring out.
I was coming into my own.
I'm
you know what I'm saying? I was coming into my own, and as I was leaving the Woss Ness, I became the come down king. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, as far as the moniker, the name, the actual, the title. And so, Willie D, kind of, I always credit Willie D with that. And he gave me that name, and man, I'm like, man, it stuck to me.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a name.
Yeah.
Especially out
I
here.
appreciate
It's a hell of a name.
I appreciate that.
So for those that if you know what I'm saying, name them records that niggas would know.
They would know a lot of a lot of Woss Ness stuff for sure. Like Deuce Out the Roof, 3s and 4s, Rolling Chrome, Bang and Screw. I just the Woss Ness, I can just go on and on because I was the in-house producer doing all them them hit records for them. But Big Pokey, I got Keep My Name Out Your Mouth.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah. Menage a Trois.
Okay. Yeah.
Who That Talking Dime?
Come on,
Yeah.
Heavyweighters, Gauge Play, Range Rovers. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Big Pokey too. Me and Pokey, I was like, man, you like my in-house producer too. You know what I'm saying? That's what Big Pokey, and he my bro. You know what I'm saying? We connect. We really had that chemistry. A lot of people ask him why we talking about it or whatever. Man, why wasn't you on this new one or whatever? Well, he was working, I was working. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, and we were both doing two separate things. His people, had came to me, but they came to me when I had, moved a lot. It's like fast as, and this is not no brag or boast or whatever. But I try to put things, like beats up on like my BeatStars account and all this kind of stuff. Like, as soon as I put it up, people they sitting back like hawks waiting on it and it be gone or whatever.
That's
and
true.
So Pokey was recording that album so fast, he and I never got a chance to sit down and work or whatever like we doing now. We doing some stuff now. Right, on the Sensei.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because I would have been on that or whatever because of our chemistry. But I was with Pokey the other day. Pokey was just at the studio the other day. So we gonna work and do some things. So we got our whole career.
After the success of Sensei though, there has to be another album. There can't be another 10-year hiatus.
And that
Pokey starving for it.
That Pokey album, that Sensei wasn't missing nothing, but it was missing something. You know what I'm saying? When you sit back and think about it, you're like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like it was completely different sound.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Absolutely.
And it was, I ain't gonna say far in a direction of what he, but it was completely different from his traditional sound. And I know nigga kind of really wish he would have kind of heard some of that,
but see,
the type of shit. But he wasn't missing nothing.
No, he
wasn't missing nothing because
I'm
you got
him though.
You got
proud of him because he acted a fool lyrically.
I mean,
oh my goodness. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right here on the mic. I think that's his best album. I think that's better than Hardest Pit Out the Litter.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, but
I mean,
he grew just front to back.
That's all.
Hardest Pit Out the Litter got a couple songs
right
that still beat Sensei, but that's just a couple songs.
Think
from the first song to the last song as a whole project.
Exactly.
That's his best thing ever.
And think about this.
But just as far as traditionally having that traditional sound, there's one or two in that motherfucker, just to be like, oh, that's that Sensei.
In my head, there's a Who That Talking Dime Big Pokey, and then there's a Ball and Parlay Big Pokey.
Right.
And Sensei was packed full of Ball and Parlay Big Pokey.
Right.
It was packed full of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different mindset on them songs.
Had that not been a better album than his first album, there's a problem there. You understand what I'm saying? Because he should have grown. I mean, in saw where he should have grown. I mean, like you talking about what 15, almost 20 year spread.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, he should have grown, matured. He's seen different things, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. He's been in different life situations where that he can talk about. He didn't, he'd been exposed to a lot more. So he should be able to, speak more on it. And lyrically, he should have upped his game.
Yeah, he upped it too.
Oh my goodness! You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like people seeing that gap between actual albums, but what people don't understand is Pokey stayed active because he doing 3-4 features a week at my studio. Yeah. We had FMG Studios every time, like 3-4 days a week.
Another thing I can see too.
What?
That boy business sense.
Absolutely.
Now. You can see the
Absolutely.
difference in the business side.
Absolutely.
It's the business side.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, shoot.
See,
Okay, more business now.
right, exactly. I mean, and I have to credit him with doing that. Who That Talking Down. I don't care what song that I produce. You know, I understand. I don't care what song I produce. Who That Talking Down was my most successful song ever for any song. You know what I'm saying? That then Deuce Out the Roof. You know what I'm saying? But so Who That Talking Down was
You got something.
I disagree, man. I think Deuce Out the Roof was you know what I'm saying?
It may have been that's
I think it had-
opinionated. Right. And that's
I think it had
But you talking about statistically?
numbers wise, yeah. But
right.
as far as impact wise, because by the
Impact.
time Who That Talking Down came out, we knew who Pokey was.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Deuce Out the Roof was a lot of people's introduction to Woss Ness.
Absolutely.
It really was.
Absolutely.
Especially for
I
me.
can't
Because I learned about Woss Ness through Deuce Out. Like, well, let me check these Woss Ness boys.
Right.
And then come to find out Woss Ness
And I
became
have
one of my
two
favorite
different
groups.
things. Two different things. Right.
Deuce Out
right.
the Roof.
See,
Man.
Deuce Out
I
the
had a
Roof,
Cadillac at the time,
for the
too.
Woss
Dog. You
Ness
could tell me nothing,
like,
dog.
motherfucker.
I had a Brom at the time.
You cold in the bitch.
It's
You
so
couldn't
much
tell
I
me
can say
nothing, dog.
even about the Deuce Out the Roof, because the Deuce Out the Roof was like the icing on the cake. Now, you're right about, like an introduction to some,
For me, it was.
For the know.
Banging Screw. Right, exactly.
Yeah, for me, Deuce Out the Roof and that album cover where they took the picture from high in the parking lot.
Absolutely.
That was Woss Ness for me.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I know my Woss Ness. I was a Woss Ness fan growing up. I really was, dog.
Yeah, and so what happened with that is like we dropped the Banging Screw album before that. Banging Screw, people started knowing about us because that was like until
I had to go back and listen to that shit.
Right. Banging Screw, we Rolling Chrome and stuff like that. Okay, people like started saying, okay, the Woss Ness, whatever. Then when Deuce Out the Roof came, woo! Yeah, okay, and this is what I want to say about that though. Success wise, you know what I'm saying, and financially and all of that. Now, Who That Talking Down was my most successful song as far it was in 3 TV shows, you know what I'm saying, Orange is the New Black, Entourage, and Dark Angel.
I remember hearing it.
It was in all these. Right, exactly.
I remember that.
Okay, Orange is the New Black and
I gotta
Dark
go back
Angel.
and watch that to see for Orange and New Black.
So my point though, because I get W2s from Fox, HBO,
That's
stuff
lit.
like that. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
lit.
For years. Yeah. So yes, indeed. So my thing though about that is, now that song I sold it to, and I don't mind, saying I want to say, I sold it to Big Pokey back then. That wasn't even Pokey's song. That was Big Steve's song. See, I was producing for Big, I was with Woss Ness. I was producing for Big Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm producing for Big Steve, and then we doing a screw dub. We go over DJ Screw House. We all kicking it, whatever. We do us a screw dub called Ooh Wee Man. If you look on the Ooh Wee Man screw dub, the screw tape right now, if you go to Screw Shop and get Ooh Wee Man, at the end of that, you're gonna see, the freestyle where Who That Talking Down came from. What happened? This is what happened. I'm talking about a decision that Big Steve made changed my whole life. And and what happened was we getting ready to do the screw to go do a DJ screw tape. And so this is a history that that people don't know. We getting ready to do this DJ screw tape. Big Steve tell me I had made the beat for Steve already. And Steve freestyled it at the house, at the house, whatever, because I used to do, the studio was my bedroom at first. Yeah. So I'm we made the beat or whatever, Big Steve freestyling or whatever. He said we're going to the Screw House tonight. Bring my beat with you, because he hadn't wrote the song to. He was gonna write a whole other song to that beat.
Oh, shit.
He was for himself. He said, "Bring my beat with you. We're gonna freestyle. We're gonna, I'm gonna freestyle over there." He didn't at this time. He didn't even know Pokey. He didn't know Pokey. We go over there, whatever. And Pokey said, I tell like I tell other people that in other interviews and other. Pokey said one thing. Asked one question that changed history. Pokey asked. He said, "Man, who y'all, man? Y'all some rappers?" See, and it put a chip on Steve's shoulder because Steve knew Pokey. Pokey didn't know him. So we went outside. We was in the back. Steve was like, "Yeah, we some rappers." Kind of like stung Steve because on our end, Steve is the man. He
Been
know
working.
he the shit.
He the boss
was
of shit.
"Big
Yeah,
Steve,
yeah.
woo."
Yeah.
And for them in the screwed up clique not to know who he was, that mean that put a chip on his shoulder. So he didn't get mad at Pokey, but he got competitive.
He took it
in his
personal.
spirit. Hell yeah, he took it personal in his spirit. He went outside and said, "Before we leave here tonight," and remember I told y'all,
You know who the fuck I am.
everybody I'm gonna know
feel
who,
that.
but look how he said it. Gonna know who we are.
I feel
because
that.
he was so Woss Ness, he was bleeding it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He said they gonna know, everybody in this room gonna know who we are. And so at the end of the night, we did the screwed up whatever. At the end of the night, Screw puts on that beat, and this is exactly how Big Steve started off the freestyle. Who that mad? Who that talking down? If you listen on it, it's on the screw. It's on the freestyle on the screw dub.
I'm gonna have to go
right
stop
now.
by the shop.
Low key talking to Pokey.
No. He wasn't talking to Pokey. No, they ended up getting cool.
yeah.
talking
Nah,
to
he
the dub,
trying to
whatever.
put his best
He wanted
foot
to get the beat,
forward.
though.
Yeah, he
Steve-
trying to get that
hell yeah.
shit.
I did, you know what I'm saying? I did until Steve passed, until he died. I did songs with Steve. I mean, like almost every 2 days or probably every other day or something like that. Steve was always, he didn't care
He was
if
on
you
his
his
way.
brother.
He
He
was on
didn't
his
care
way
if you
to
his brother. He would tell me, he say, better bring him lunch, love. I'm gonna tell you, I'm trying to tear your head off on this one. I ain't bust your ass on this song. He just how he is. He's competitive.
If Steve would have stayed alive, what you think his rank would have been in the team?
He'd have been.
He been up there.
It'd have been a rap. It'd have been a rap, man. Steve was too cold. He was amazing.
Yeah.
They gave him the name Mafio. You know what I'm saying? We didn't call him Mafio. We called him Grandpappy.
Yeah.
He got over there. They changing his name. He went look at them songs he did with Rec Shop. You know what I'm saying? Everything he touched, he punishing.
That's what's up.
Everything he
dog.
touched. So, but my point is about this song. I saw it, and Big Pokey. They freestyle was so cold. Pokey and Paul Chevy, you know what I'm saying? Paul Chevy was the one that and him and Big E and all that. They put that Chevy's Entertainment. They were getting ready to put the Pokey album together. Pokey hadn't even dropped the album yet. He hadn't even dropped the Hardest Pit yet. So they came to me, man. We want that beat, man. We don't. How can we get that beat or whatever? We want Steve on it. You know what I'm saying? We want him on it.
Yeah.
And that's how they came up, whatever. Whatever. I sold that track to them for $500 at the time back then. Since then, I'm talking about that one song. I sold it for $500. Since
probably
then,
made
I
at
done
least
seen
$1 million.
I seen over $200,000 for sure
On one song.
on that one song. On that one song because royalties and all whatever. You know what I'm saying?
If anybody don't know what we
Yeah.
talking about, man, I need you to go hit your Apple Music,
Right.
go hit your Spotify,
Right.
and look up Who That from Big Pokey, man.
These niggas gonna know who the fuck
Right.
the fuck this song.
If you looking and you don't know, now's a chance to get up on your historian shit. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Get up on your shit, man.
Absolutely. And but my thing, okay, now let me flip that back to Deuce Out the Roof. Okay, now because we were saying like about the most successful song, the best song, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, now Deuce Out the Roof, I think would eclipse that song. I think it would surpass that song. But what happened was Deuce Out the Roof, the Woss Ness album. The only way to beat us to cheat us. That's the album that Deuce Out the Roof is on. When we dropped that song, we dropped it on 9/11. We dropped it on, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
On
when all that
September,
shit-
we dropped it that Tuesday morning. That's how I'll always know September 11 happened on a Tuesday because the album dropped. You remember albums used to drop on Tuesday.
Yeah, albums
exactly.
did used to
You know what I'm
drop on
saying?
Tuesdays,
Albums
yup.
drop on Tuesday.
Yeah, didn't Blue? I think Jay-Z dropped the album on that
All
day
songs
too.
You already
drop on
okay?
Tuesday.
Jay-Z
All
dropped
albums
it,
drop
yeah.
on Tuesday. Okay, back then.
A
You know
lot
what I'm
of
saying?
formatted
And then that's
shit
why you
that
had your
one, you know.
Monday Midnight Madness. You know they come out at 12 o'clock.
Yup.
That's how they anticipated.
Yup.
Okay, so everybody is lined up in sound waves to get. You know what I'm saying?
We
You
used-
know how it go. You
we
know
used
what
to
I'm
be
saying?
a selective sound
And
like a
selective
motherfucker.
sounds,
Yup,
all that. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah, all of them. Right. So anyway, we drop it on September 11th. JC, the CEO of the Woss Ness, he on his way to Dallas because Dallas love the song so much they about to drop it with the album. We about to do an album release in Dallas. It's going down. We finna hit a place called I think it was the Bomb Factory. You know what I'm saying? Well, all that, man, it was going down in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We were gonna drop the Dallas, come right back to Houston. You know what I'm saying? We know Houston was gonna be on it.
Facts.
We trying to get Dallas hot.
Yeah.
So he get ready. It's finna hit the radio in Dallas and everything. As soon as he get there. Because he jamming, we probably jamming the album. He ain't jamming the radio. He ain't playing the radio or whatever. He don't even know the towers done got hit in New York.
Oh shit.
So when he get there, the radio people tell him, say, son, you don't know what just happened? We under attack. You know, we under, you know, the whole country
we don't
under
care
attack.
about no music
It ain't
right
no
now.
music.
Yeah.
Nah, he said, turn on your radio. You ain't gonna hear music nowhere. And he turned out, he's like, man, what the hell? What's going on? Whatever.
Damn.
And that's what happened, man.
That's crazy.
We tried. So what my point is, with Deuce Out the Roof, we had to retract it, then re-drop it again. And by the time, you know what I'm saying, trying to drop a same song twice, it ain't gonna have as much steam.
Houston,
even though Deuce Out the Roof caught up and start doing some
Houston
things.
had a lot of problem with that shit.
But
though.
if it would have dropped that first day and them towers wouldn't have hit,
Yeah.
I don't know, man, what that would have turned into.
Houston had a lot of problem with re-dropping songs because songs would take over the streets and the clubs,
Right.
to where a label would pick it, like Southside. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Then once they pick up Southside, the radio station gonna say, well, okay, we'll tell 97.9 to play it. Well, by the time 97.9 playing it, because the record label say so, we tired of it.
we tired of it.
Because
Right.
97.9
It been
already
in the
picked it
streets
up
for
on the
so long,
street.
yeah.
A lot of artists ran through that problem out here. A lot of
That's
them
why,
did.
you know, that's why our little, you know, I know for us, our strategy was, which is pretty much a strategy for a lot of people. Get the street. I get it. Everybody want to go to the radio and stuff like that or whatever. But the radio, you know, have a job to do and things. You know how it go. You know, y'all.
The people that work there actually ain't the ones making the decisions.
Right, exactly. You got a PD. You got to program the record
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
Man, get the streets hot. You know, promote
that's-
your record. Get hot in the streets.
That's what happened to almost
Once
every,
you hot in the
That motherfucker
streets,
gonna take
you
care of
can't
you.
be denied.
almost
Yeah.
every record
And
in
then they gonna
Houston
take care of you for long.
There you
ran through
go.
that problem.
There you go.
The streets would be hot, the radio would play
Exactly.
it. Then the record labels would come and pick the artists up, and then
Right.
they would tell the radio to play it.
Right.
And shit, 2 years into, you know, you tired of
Man.
hearing that song on the radio
Yeah.
19 months later,
Like,
but it's on a
they-
fresh push.
they bring
It's
them
on a
motherfuckers
fresh
back.
budget from a
Right.
fresh label.
Right.
You know what I'm
Think about
saying?
the game. A lot of the radio DJs is in the clubs.
Facts.
So when they go to that Monday mix meeting and all that, when they bring the songs to the mix meeting, they bring the song right out the club
Right
that's
from
hot
the song
already.
that- yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
we done had this for 6. We done had this for 3
yeah,
months.
yeah. You know, people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of artists just don't know they be hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? Get your streets hot, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you. And that's the game, man. Hustle your record, man. You got to get out there and get you know, a lot of artists want to, you know, think that their talent is going to do the work for them. The talent not going to do the work. Your
Facts.
feet going to do the work. You
Yeah.
got to be a foot soldier, man. You got to
Yeah.
march that record around. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know, and that's the thing that, you know, what we always believed in. You know, get the record out in the streets, man, and then you get it on.
So we go back to the beginning. You say you was with Rap a Lot. Prior to getting with Rap a Lot, what were you at then? Getting the Rap a Lot then next? Just give me the time.
Okay, well, what happened was, with this, I was a DJ. I was rapping like, you know, like I am now. I wasn't doing no tracks. I was just straight DJing, and I was popular at Madison for doing their parties. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, doing Madison parties, homecoming. They got, you know.
Oh, that we
they
from the
were-
club.
Yeah, from the
So
club.
that's
You know
why the
what I'm saying?
relationship
I'm
with Big
originally-
Steve was like that.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Well, it even before Big Steve, it was Big Mello. That's who
Right,
put me in the
right,
game.
right.
So I'm, you know, originally Third Ward because you know everybody, you know, my people in Third Ward like, man, you know where you come from, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because you know, I moved to the club when I was 12 years old. So and Hiram Clark
Motherfucker
adopted
won't
me.
let you
That's
let
where
that
you-
shit
Yeah,
go.
and I
You move when you're 12 though.
I love the
You
train.
got your bones in the club
nobody.
though.
I got
You
my
got
bones
your
in
bones in the club.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely. You know, and but my boys in Third Ward, they accept that because they know they still, you know, and they still support me. You know what I'm saying? They support me to the fullest. And so, but my point is though, I'm in Madison at a DJing in the cafeteria, you know, after every, you know, big game and all this kind of stuff. They want to, you know, that was our club, you know, the cafeteria at Madison.
Yeah.
So I got popular doing that. Big Mello was the dude at Madison beatboxing and doing all the talent shows and killing it and everything, whatever. So a mutual friend, Jerry Holmes, you know, and he ended up being with the Woss Ness and all that too. You know, they call him Pimp. And he connected us. He was like, man, you need to meet this DJ. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he told Mello. And then he told me, hey, man, you need to meet this rapper. You know, and we connected, went over, you know, and we like, hey, man, what's going on? Okay, well, you do this, you do that. You know, I said, man, he rapped at school. And I liked what I said, man, well, you got to hear mine at the house. You got to come over here and hear me DJ.
Yeah.
And from then on, we was good. We was rocking. We was, you know,
lit.
Harvey Luv and, you know, Big Mello. You know what I'm saying?
lit.
Or whatever. And so after school, I mean, we did a few talent shows and all that. But after Madison, you know, we kept it going on, doing little shows around and stuff like that. All of a sudden, we got with that Rap a Lot. It was on.
So them
was
boys came in, cause it just seemed like the game back then was just so different and lucrative, and
Right.
not even lucrative. Lucrative not the word, even though it was a little bit more
Right.
lucrative and shit like that.
Right.
But it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, and it probably the same way right now, but it seems like shit, niggas was doing their thing, and you know what I'm saying, niggas was getting pulled up out that motherfucker or creating shit, and really, but it's really, like you said, it's really kind of the same way now with these youngsters, but you know what I'm saying, it was really like a lot of movements going on. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of movements going on that really at different times, at different places, merged together.
Absolutely.
To create bigger movements. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And different aspects of the game. Like you say, y'all doing this shit over in the Clark.
Right.
And then you shit, motherfucking
I think
merged with Rap-A-Lot. And then
I personally think that hindered Houston a little bit.
Why
that it was, man, you had Woss Ness, Dead End Alliance, then the Screwed Up. It was like a bunch of different cliques.
Yeah, there was a lot though.
Bunch of different cliques, man.
It was, but you know what though? You are right.
Herschelwood Hardheads.
You had Herschelwood, you had Game Face. You had a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
Straight Profit. You had a lot of different.
Being a fan of the music.
See, no, them Straight Profit, yeah.
So
Youngster,
I mean, yeah.
But what it created though, this is what it created. It created options to listen to different people who sound.
You know where I'm finna go. I'm finna come right with you with that. Exactly.
Everybody,
and they did what kind of made it live. And it was like
did.
niggas was kind of ripping and like it was different pockets and niggas was really shining doing their thing.
I might be listening to some little Kiki Southside, but then I can go throw on Deuce Out the Roof.
Absolutely.
And it's a totally different
sound.
It is a totally different.
Now
DEA sound totally different than Woss Ness.
I'm a DJ myself. And sometimes, and right now, sometimes I have to still look up on my Serato and see who I'm playing because so many people sound alike on their features. And, you know, and I'm not dissing them. I'm not dissing them.
I ain't gonna lie. I listened to the track today, and I was like,
I'm like, some of the people start sounding, you know,
look at the
because
video.
what a lot of youngsters do, you know, and I love them to death. I mean, you know, I got, you know, two cousins that I'm trying to help, you know, youngsters, whatever. I always tell them establish. See what establishes longevity. I'm embarking on 3 decades relevant. I'm talking about not just in here just doing stuff, just that and other. 3 decades where music is paying my bills. I mean, like that's hard to do for any artist to stay relevant enough to move for in any career. Forget just music.
Goddamn right.
For that to pay your bills. I've stayed relevant. And I feel like today, and who shouldn't, but I feel like today I'm better than I've ever been. Still, I mean, like today, you know, like I did tracks for, you know, 2 different people that I feel like can compete with anything I've done in my career. And it's like, to do that, you have to keep reinventing yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you have to really dig deep or whatever, and really have a sound that you own. And I tell I tell youngsters that, you know, today or whatever, if you want to stay here long, stop following the trend. Be the trend. You have to start it. You can't follow it. You got to start the trend. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Create with your own sound, because a lot of sounds that we hear. Just prime example. Look at Drake. Drake able to still do what he do. You know why? Because it ain't no other Drakes out there.
Nope.
Kendrick Lamar still able to do what he do because he still ain't no other Kendrick Lamar.
It won't be.
A lot. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
It won't be.
Exactly. And you know, I mean, just think about it. We've been listening to Drake over a decade and
ain't
got tired yet.
Ain't
got tired yet.
Yeah.
So and it's a reason for that. I tell people the formula is originality. You know what I'm saying? You know, for real, you got the formula is originality. Nobody Too Short. You know what I'm saying? Look how long Too Short.
Let me ask you a question.
With a basic style, but ain't no other Too Shorts. That's why.
Let me ask you a question.
Think about if the whole game sounded like Too Short. We'd be got tired of that 10 times.
Slim Thug is an example of Too Short to me.
Exactly.
Like, consistent, never change.
Consistent, yeah.
You know what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
And people going to always ride.
Exactly. Exactly my point.
But as a producer, this is something that I always think about, right?
Okay.
You as a producer, as the come down king.
Right.
When I look at Houston, I think about, like you say, that come down style.
Right.
And you talk about the history of Houston, the sound, and the you know what I'm saying? Niggas be saying they tired of all of that, you know what I'm saying, that shit there. But I often look at motherfuckers like the West Coast and I say, man, they really still got the basis of Dre sound. You know what I'm saying? It just evolved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With the time.
Right.
Like,
I disagree.
Come on, how can you, man? If when Dre them drop early 90s, right? Then hold on, then
all
what's
respect to Dr. Dre,
or the game came back.
DJ Mustard is the West Coast now, dog, and he sound different from Dre. Dog. You realize DJ Mustard was 11%
would
of
you
the
completely
Billboard
say that
charts?
He sound completely different from Dre. It's a West Coast sound.
Right.
Like you listen to West Coast shit.
It is a West Coast feel.
It's a sound.
It is a West-
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It is a
And
West
that's
Coast
producer.
feel.
And I'm gonna tell you with
So
West
why
Coast-
can we? Do you think that we have the potential to do the same thing? Like still staying in our lane.
Absolutely.
I think we are doing
evolving.
We do.
I think we are doing that. though.
We do.
But how? What make
Okay.
y'all say that? I want to know.
Well,
just
my
what the
thing
I
is-
just left
identifying
GT Garza's album listening, and I felt so H-Town listening to that shit.
Right.
Like,
Right. Well,
brand new
my
album.
Thing is, well, my thing is this though.
I ain't talking
West
about niggas
Coast,
not dropping
West
music,
Coast
you know what I'm
wise,
saying?
everything was. If you listen to DJ Quick, you listen to all, you know, what I'm saying, different people like that. You know, they more about instrumentation, bands. They like to play.
Definitely.
You know, they everything. You know, West Coast they like to play. You know, play music. You know, so whatever. Like just like East Coast made it real big sampling. You know, what I'm saying, and about hard drums and kind of upbeat. And all that. Like the South. We more, you know what I'm saying,
Drawn out bass,
drawn out
long
bass,
bass,
rocking,
a lot of
you know what I'm
knot.
saying, with our stuff or whatever. But even though we picked it up a little bit, like Atlanta picked it up with the jigging kind of sound or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, kind of jigging. Exactly. Everything be about a lot of hi-hats, like you said, But my thing is, even with all that being said, we still have our own lane, and I feel like H-Town, they kind of like we starting to have a mixture with a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's not the. Let me say this. I see a lot of youngsters too that do something that I really don't feel like it's cool. Sometimes it's sometimes whatever. I'm gonna tell you what I hate. I hate for people to come to me and feel like this is gonna impress, because a lot of people come to me and impress me, try to come, impress, like me, hear about me or whatever, try to come and impress you with what they got going on, right. That's cool. That part about it, but what I don't like is for somebody to say, man, and I don't even sound like I'm from Houston.
Yeah,
dude, I cannot stand that. You know why? Because
the Houston in me, the pride in me hates that shit.
Houston.
The pride in
people
me
fuck with
hates
us
that
half
shit.
the time just because we from Houston, or just because
my
our
thing
culture,
is,
just because
but
of
other
what
culture,
we is.
other cities, other whatever, they love our sound.
Definitely.
What's going on is they feel like if they change up and try to sound like somebody that's popular, they're gonna get some action. And I hate that because they've been so misinformed to this crazy. Like,
Okay.
man, stay true to who you are.
Well, then
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
gonna
my
ask
thing
you.
is,
I'm gonna ask you straight up.
okay.
There's a producer.
Okay.
Born right here in Houston, Texas.
Absolutely.
Went to high school here.
Yep.
Lost his virginity here.
Yep.
Made his first dollar here.
Yep.
But everything he producing sound like a city in Georgia. How you feel about that?
I don't. My thing is this. When I first started, I was sounding like Dre. As far as whatever. Now, in doing that, this is how I tell people when I'm like just coaching people up or whatever. It's okay to get your bones in the beginning, trying to mimic something that that's how you learn.
Yeah.
But be aimed at getting your own style, because you'll never beat somebody being them.
Yeah,
I mean,
So my thing, you'll only be the top. Your biggest accolade is gonna be you second best.
You know how many Drummer
You know
Boy
what
wannabes and Zaytoven wannabes
right,
I done heard?
Right,
Man,
exactly.
it-
Well,
from
I
right
know
here,
what has
it's
worked for me
ridiculous.
is doing a style that is totally mine. I've had so many producers that then ask me, man, how you getting them drums like that? Or how you getting them drums like that? How you doing this? How you doing that? Or whatever. See, a lot of the, I don't have to worry about a lot of my sounds being duplicated because I'm using two different things. A lot of people just going all digital.
You creating your own sound.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm for sure that.
You creating
but
your own
but,
sound.
but you know what I'm saying?
For sure,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm saying,
on
like-
that one, because I'm gonna tell you what
when
I
you
can
find
tell you
some
what I'm
drums
doing.
and you put a certain mix
Because a
on
lot
it
of-
and a certain style,
Yeah,
they're your drums now.
But this is where the decades of experience come in. See, everybody is of today. If a producer start today, he gonna use what new equipment is out there. Oh, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, or whatever. All that equipment gonna be digital. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna be digital equipment. You know what I mean? Like nice drawing, whatever. They're gonna hit, but they're gonna have all that clarity. Digital will never have the warmth in the bottom of analog. See, I got analog and digital. And so you know what I'm saying. So when I mix the two, I'm putting I use my digital for clarity. I use my analog for my hit.
Yeah.
And so when I'm when producers not doing that. You know, a lot of people or whatever. And even if with me saying it, I don't mind saying it. Whatever, you still don't know how I'm using my EQ to make it happen.
Somebody gonna try to steal your shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But think about it. I done had it almost 30 years, so whatever you can do with it now, be my guest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Good luck with it.
You can't take these years back. I done had it. You feel me? That's why, you know what I'm saying? For real.
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. Like that's one thing that when I know Houston doing good, right? And I know the city doing good. We doing, but I be feeling like on the cool, bro. Like we so far away from like Houston sound, and I ain't saying niggas need to slow down they beats and screw and chop shit and shit like that.
Right.
I'm just saying like if you go listen to
I disagree
beats,
though.
but if you go listen to some beats from the 90s or the early 2000s,
Right.
and then you because when you listen to them songs, bro, like you know. Like them hoes is our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me. I done listen to so much shit. You too, I'm sure you listen to these motherfucking songs. You know what I'm saying? Find the different elements in that shit and pull out that motherfucker, mix it with some new shit, but still keep it Houston, bro. And then even on the artist side of it,
because that time was
the West Coast can do it, we can do it.
But you not. Let me say.
I disagree.
Just hear me out with this. That time period was so special, bro.
Absolutely.
Like that time period was a special period, bro. Like for Houston, you will never get there because that time it's past.
Right.
You will never get that.
And
But it's part of the foundation of our sound.
I don't think the Houston sound is dying, man. But
It's not dying.
when you
but
gotta,
that era,
it's guys out there like
that era,
Yeah.
It's guys out there like
saying
can't recreate it.
bring back NWA.
June
can't
James
bring back
keeping it
NWA.
alive.
The
What's his
culture,
name?
Of course,
That-
culture.
the culture,
don't-
but not
the
that
culture's
sound.
not
June
that
James
era.
has his own kind of.
He do have his
I
own
know what I'm
sound.
talking
But
about.
when
I
you
like June
when you
James.
hear a June James track,
Yeah.
you feel Houston on there. Like
But it still
I
sound
feel
like
Yeah, but
now,
it still sounds like the sound of
I
today.
expect things to
Exactly.
evolve.
And this is
grow,
what I
you
tell
know.
people.
You
You
can't
you don't have to copy, but you do have to compete.
It's like
You know what I'm saying?
you know,
You got to compete.
You do have to compete.
The object of the game is to do what you feel, as long as you can make them feel what you do.
There is a
You know what I'm saying?
feeling
So-
that has to come with
Absolutely.
listening to
Make
it.
them, you
and
know,
that can't
love what
change.
you do. Now
you
you-
have to feel like, hey, this is us. This is what the third
Right.
coast is about.
Right.
And, as
And
long
that's what I'm saying.
long
Because
as
even you
can
listen
keep
to
that
YG,
feeling.
you listen to YG.
Yeah.
You kind of feel
I
some
like YG.
NWA shit.
I do
You know
feel
what I'm
West
saying?
Coast.
Like the beat.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
I
I
do
like-
feel
I like
West
YG.
Coast.
You know what I'm saying?
But-
Like it's certain.
But when I go
Kendrick
listen,
Lamar track.
them
when I go
knocking
listen to
drums
people
and all
like
that.
when I go listen to people like D-Lo, I still feel that H Town.
Bleeder them just came out
But
with
they
a
need
holiday.
to
Bleeder.
like that's the shit that I want to
oh,
see
yeah,
on the
yeah.
front line,
That's
on the
my
main
dude,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 30 ways.
Bleeder my G.
30 ways out.
Hell, even Chucky Trill when he was alive,
man.
I felt like Houston listening to Chucky
That's
Trill.
why. That's
I
why
felt
Chucky
like it.
Trill
Chucky Trill was on his way.
He was a
That's why I
monster.
say he was
Yeah.
special.
He was
'cause
a
Me
monster.
and his old man type.
he
Me
had
and his
that-
daddy type.
He had that used to.
D. That's Trinity Garden Cartel. That's D.
Yeah, he really-
Trinity
he
Garden
really-
Cartel.
yeah,
is-
like,
is-
Cartel.
he had that
Hey,
used
June
to.
27th, the next album come
It
out.
wasn't no
June
potential.
27th, y'all go get that brand new Chucky Trill.
Let's go to back. They moved it back.
It
They
wasn't no
moved it back. They gonna
potential.
change the date.
Oh man, he
heard
yeah,
from
he
that.
hard.
You know,
He
I'm
hard.
inside, inside.
Hard.
inside.
Oh man, and I mean it's amazing how you know I mean when he's even younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm like damn that you know he grew
He
up to
got
be.
better though as he.
Yeah.
When he first got
But
out,
I'm
he
telling you,
came
me and D tight. His father,
Yeah,
me and
when
you know
he got
D
out,
at
he
Trinity
came
Garden.
good.
Yeah.
And then where he went with his music and
Yeah,
lyrically,
yeah.
I was
Okay.
like, damn.
Okay, so rap a lot. Then
Had a
you
good
know-
following too.
Then you know Big Fred then, right?
Big Fred.
Rap a lot, Big Fred.
I know I
Okay.
do.
Well, if not, I met Chucky
Talking about
Trill.
black?
He is black.
Black Fred.
He black.
Yeah,
Big old gut. Yeah, Big Fred. But everybody know in Fifth Ward, Big Fred mama used to always throw them parties. Rap a lot would show up.
Wow.
And that's where I met Chucky Trill when I was like 16, 17 years old. Before he did his bid, all that.
Oh wow.
He was a little nigga.
He was a little nigga, dog. He was following. He
Doing
was
his thing.
He was
Damn,
still
bro.
living in his daddy's shadow. You know, at 16,
Yeah.
you want to be a
That's
gangster,
why he been
but
saying
you
that cartel baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man.
He
yeah.
learned.
Yeah.
He learned.
Yeah.
It's in him though.
Oh man,
It's
for
in
sure.
him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's in him. When he speak,
Definitely.
you can tell it's just.
Yeah.
It's in him. It's in
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
So-
it's
I salute his old lady for
But
holding
yeah,
down the
when I used to
campaign
listen
too
to
much.
when I listen to Chucky Trill,
Damn, sure.
I get the same feeling of listening to Hardest Pitting a Little
Yeah.
or Platinum in the Ghetto
Yeah.
or Ghetto Drink.
Trill was on his
Car-
game.
Chucky
He was
Trill
on his
gave me
game.
that. He gave, And
He was on his game.
Maxo Cream, he give me that same. When I'm listening to Maxo
Yeah.
Cream,
Yeah.
I feel Houston.
I feel
Houston.
Yeah, I
Like
feel
this
motherfucking
us, nigga. Ain't
Maxo,
nobody
yeah.
liked it.
But Maxo sound, like
It's Houston, dog.
In lyrics, I'm talking about when I was saying about the sound, I was talking about strictly production.
Right.
Okay.
I wasn't talking
dig it.
about
I can
lyrics.
dig
I
it.
was strictly
Absolutely.
talking
I
about
can dig it.
production.
Production,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I wasn't
But
talking
yeah,
about lyrics.
I would never expect the production to be the same.
Never.
21 years into a new
it
century.
take a creative
you know what I'm
mind
saying?
to take from it and make it grow, evolve it. You know what I'm
He
saying?
said
That's
the
all
one
I'm
thing,
saying.
though. He said the one thing. He kept his instruments from that era.
And just
Right.
put new
And
sounds
made
with
the new
those.
style.
Yeah, and
with those
and
instruments,
for most
though.
of the producers,
They
I
don't
had
know.
to train. I had them. Nigga, I sold all that shit.
Exactly.
I
But
sold all
but
that shit.
but
I
even
should've-
but
I
as
had-
a listener,
I had a
though,
Trident.
as a
I had a
listener,
Trident.
Don't you? I'm gonna tell you
Jesus.
something. Okay, with you knowing that, okay, and being a producer, I'm gonna really make you feel me now.
Yeah,
I had the MPC,
yeah.
the Trident,
Yeah.
I don't, you know, the EPS, ASR.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all of that. Even though I'm not, this is what I'm gonna say. Even though the machines, I still have my EPS and my ASR because they made me, you know, who I am. I'm gonna frame them. I ain't never getting rid of them. I'm gonna put them in a glass. I'm a glass
what's
box.
up.
It's just still working
That's what's
perfect.
up.
Whenever they stop, I'm gonna glass box them and make it like a museum
that's
and
what
studio.
set up life
But
like a motherfucker.
my thing is with the MPC and the Trident.
That'd be dope.
Even though I don't have the machines, I still got the sounds.
Yeah.
So when I do, you ain't getting them sounds if you don't have a machine.
Yeah.
You ain't getting going like MPC sounds. No, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
my thing is, and I do what I do to them to make them hit. And man, I'm telling you, it's really a chemistry that I mix together like a gumbo to make them sounds do what they do because they take EQ and all of that and compression to make them punch. So. That part about it, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But the originality of those sounds are what you're saying are those machines that you just know that you just said.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So-
and it ain't just normal, just kicks.
Hey, so like a week or two ago, when he told me, he said, "Man, we got Harvey Luv, the Come Down King." I'll be honest. I said, "Man, I don't know who the fuck that is."
Right.
And in between now and then, I followed you on the gram. I've been asking questions.
Right.
I've been finding out everything
Doing
I
your
could.
homework.
Right.
Yes, that's what's up.
And then I got to the point. I said, "Damn, I felt like I should have been knew who he was."
Yeah, right.
Do you feel like more people should know who the fuck you are?
Well, I feel. I mean, like it's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way. You know,
Can I
way
say
that.
something?
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Yes,
so
indeed.
We had a session. You already know.
Absolutely.
We had a session at the studio.
I remember. You know, I remember.
Don't nobody really know because he not like that.
I didn't know.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
saying,
know
no,
either.
what
Like,
I'm saying.
Right.
I'm describing
And you
this
got
nigga
on me
walked in
about
the
that.
studio. This nigga walked in
You
the
got on me.
studio. Didn't really say nothing to nobody. Whoever he knew, boop, dapped him up. They put the music on. That nigga killed that hoe.
Oh, that's the one you had played last a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
that-
Oh yeah, you crazy.
You rapping. Appreciate it. You rapping.
I was
That
like,
nigga crazy
I was like, who the fuck is that in there doing that at that time?
At that time, absolutely.
At that time, I was like,
Absolutely.
fuck, like this nigga rapping. So
And this rapping,
Oh,
this ain't even doing the beat.
when he came out, that nigga went to the mixing board and was fucking with the board and shit. He wasn't like us. We was, yeah, nigga, shit,
Right.
Cause I paid attention to the nigga. He don't know.
Right.
I paid attention to the nigga. I was like, that nigga special, dog. That nigga got something that we ain't got. Cause that nigga killed that hoe. So
Shit.
And then hopped on the board.
Hey,
Well,
my fucking apologies, dog. I should have knew who the fuck you were.
He just be chilling.
Yeah.
I said, what's up, homie?
Yeah.
That nigga be chilling. He don't be, nigga, I'm in the motherfucker high.
Yeah,
Nigga, I'm Harvey Luv.
yeah.
Nigga don't be doing
Right.
Nigga just stay low key.
Stay low key,
And
not
that's-
flamboyant.
that's just how the nigga-
Absolutely.
just how the nigga is.
And
Hey,
my
one
thing is,
thing,
I
bro.
was a
Respect.
product. I was in Boneheart Productions with Big Mello
Mm-hmm.
and Crazy C, and shout out to Sleepy too. He was in there, but
Crazy C is an OG, dog.
Oh,
Real,
my goodness.
a
That's my mentor.
He's one
That's
of the
what I'm
most
saying. That's
underrated influences of Houston from the 80s.
and got work
from the
And got
80s,
work,
bro.
Got catalog.
Ah, man, I'm just-
I'm talking about.
He wasn't worried about it.
Yeah. So think about it. This why I'm okay. Like my demeanor, all of that. This what I'm finna get to right now. I'm a product of Crazy C. Everything I idolize him so much, bro. I wanted to do everything. DJing,
Oh,
I'm
that nigga's-
he DJ,
that
I'm
nigga's a
DJing.
beast,
I wanted to learn. He the one
dog.
taught me how to do beats. You know what I'm saying? I want to do tracks because he did them.
Crazy
I mean,
C taught
his
me about
demeanor,
radio.
Crazy C.
He taught me about radio.
Think about it. If Crazy C is in the room, I just got a lifetime. I got 2 lifetime achievement awards with Crazy C both times, and with the man that taught me how to do, me how to do that. That's like
lit.
winning a championship with
Which
some with somebody that taught you how to play basketball.
With Kareem or something.
Yeah,
You know
you
what
get
I'm
it with
saying?
him.
That's
You didn't
lit.
even know how to play basketball until he taught you.
Yeah,
Then you get a
that's lit.
lifetime achievement because
That's
of the
lit.
lessons that he took. So my thing is, Crazy C, if you know his demeanor, he laid back. And laid back and out the way, and ain't gonna be out there flamboyant and all that. I'm telling you, I wanted to be like him so bad.
Crazy C, you would never know his accolades and
Right,
accomplishments.
absolutely. So my point. So my point exactly.
You would look at Crazy C and be like, man, that old mark ass nigga.
Right. So, man,
Fuck you gonna disrespect me like that in front of
Because you
these
wouldn't know him, and that's what you would think by looking at him.
Man, I don't never think like that about nobody, man.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, right.
I don't
Exactly.
think that way about
Exactly.
nobody, man.
Because he quiet. He's
Yeah,
quiet or
Crazy C
whatever.
is a truth,
And
truth,
Crazy
like-
C is a if you know, you know.
He's a
and
true
trust
truth.
me, the ones that need to know, like the in the industry,
Yeah.
they know.
Yeah.
They know. And if you look at his demeanor, like I'm talking about, like when we would go to, like, we'd be traveling everywhere, whatever, doing these shows and all that. Wherever Crazy C is, I'm just standing right there with him. I mean, it's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so I took on his demeanor, personality, the whole nine or whatever, because I idolized him so. Very, very
That's what he
rare.
was next to in the studio too. That's why I would say when
Absolutely.
he was next to
Next to
Hey.
Crazy C.
Crazy-
He still teaches
Crazy
me
C is the
today.
truth,
So my
dog.
thing is
The
this.
truth,
So
truth.
my thing is like whenever like Crazy C, you know is around, it just, man, I'm like, that's him. I mean like it just I just idolize him so much. Very rarely are you able to say, like, man, you shake your idol's hand. You know who your idol is. You kicking it. You when your idol is one of your best friends, in the world, like one of the coolest dudes.
That's lit.
Because I idolize Dre, and he wouldn't know me from a can of paint.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't usually know our idols personally.
But you
I
actually-
know my idol personally.
That's lit.
You know what I'm saying? For real, how many people can say that? I can walk up to I can go to my idol's house. I can call my idol on the phone, you know what I'm saying, or
That's
whatever,
lit.
you know what I mean,
That is lit.
and get soak up game from him, you know what I'm saying. So that's
is lit.
that's
That
the
is
thing.
lit. That's what's up, dog.
Man.
Shout out to Crazy C.
Yeah,
one time,
man. I mean, he's so modest. He hates me to just man, yeah, it's all good, man. You man. I learned from you too.
Once I found out everything Crazy C ever had his hands in, like,
He turned to gold, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm finna go back.
Houston wouldn't be as prominent as it was. Rec Shop wouldn't have been as successful,
on, man.
because the knowledge that he
Listen to them
shared
good
with
and
everybody,
Mob,
dog.
Outkast,
Man.
I'm talking about, if you better Wu Tang, you better listen. You better listen to some of these remixes.
Hey,
This man done touched.
Crazy C is
killed them.
Crazy C
Telling
is
you back then.
That boy, they,
Bro.
Man,
Yeah, they-
killed it.
Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus
Him.
probably wouldn't have screw parts on her song if Crazy C didn't help our culture. Hey, don't do that like this. Do it like this. I'm telling you, dog.
Look at that, what he did for Mad Hatter.
I'm telling you,
Man, that
dog.
down south.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about they played it in the club last night. I was just in Swagger last night. They just
You
played it
can't-
last night, and
you-
the whole floor was packed.
You
It's
can't
just,
play a
man,
Houston set
come
without
on,
that
man.
song, dog. You
Man,
can't.
come on, man.
You just can't.
I'm like, man.
I'm gonna do my best to get Crazy C in here, man. He don't do a lot of
Please.
interviews, dog.
Please, me and
But
him
I'ma
just
do-
did a interview with Bun B. He
Man,
was,
tell him to come through, come fuck with us,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
call him,
he'll
man.
do.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try to
we
get
just
Crazy
did
C
it.
in
At
here,
least we
dog.
just did, you know
we
what I'm
just
saying?
did an interview a month ago.
I'ma-
Bun B just interviewed both of us
I'm gonna
about
try
a
to
month
get him in
ago.
here, dog. Crazy C is
He 100.
Crazy C is Houston's Rick Rubin. That's the best
Yeah.
way to explain it.
Yeah, man.
He's Houston's Rick Rubin,
Yeah.
dog. No bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
need-
about
I would
golden
like to meet-
personality, everything, man. He 100.
No
Telling you.
bullshit. He's
Man,
Yeah,
Harvey,
y'all
we,
gotta see. Go
we,
ahead.
no, I'm just saying, bro, we appreciate you coming,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, absolutely,
and,
man.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
this history lesson, dog.
Yeah,
I
man. I
learned
love
some
talking
shit
about
for
it
real.
because my thing is, if we don't let people know, then we
Yeah,
lose it.
that shit
We
real.
actually
That
lose
shit.
it. You know what I'm saying? For real, and I'm just so thankful. I'm
Who that-
so blessed to
Who
be
that
able to
talking
tell
down
the
was dope,
story.
but that who do
Man,
something rude.
yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes,
I
sir.
used
Trying
to.
to find me
Hey,
one
I
dog,
used to
dude.
hey, 20,
Excellent, like,
25 years ago.
Yo, yo,
Hey,
yo.
25 years ago, parking lot pimping was a real thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was
you
a
would
thing.
literally
yeah.
pull up to the club at 1:45
Yeah, yeah,
and
and
sit in the
sit
parking
in the
lot till
parking lot,
3
yeah.
a.m.
Go in there for what? I'm
Hey.
out here with all this music and bang,
And
chilling, and they come.
I had a cassette tape. One side was all PWA, and the other side was Deuce Out the Roof. the whole tape. Because you had to flip the parking lot on the dope ass song. I had a cassette tape.
Right.
One side was pussy, weed, and alcohol. The other side was Deuce Out the Roof.
Oh my goodness.
Where I'm at, I'm on the North for the South, nigga.
But
We
that was-
swinging through
that
the
was
party.
pretty creative,
Oh
Yeah,
man,
That was
dog.
pretty creative, boy.
Yeah,
Cuz
man.
you-
Yes, sir.
Cause I caught
That's
niggas
pretty
trying
creative, bro.
back in the day, niggas would be trying to rewind their
kinda hard,
cassette and
bro.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
nah,
pretty
nigga,
hard,
just make a tape.
Because that nigga didn't know.
Yeah,
I
man.
did-
That
I
nigga
did not
didn't
know.
He
I
man
really
didn't
did not know, dog.
That's
If
wow,
you sit
man.
there and
Yeah.
see this,
I
if you
really
sit
did not
there-
know, dog.
Wow,
and,
man.
and Deuce Out the
That
Roof.
mean the world to
Nigga
me.
One of them songs for me, like
Yes,
Ooh,
man.
Deuce Out the Roof.
It's
60 minutes.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell me shit.
60
bro.
minutes.
And see, I was feeling myself on that because
Bro, I'm
that,
about to start shocking and rocking in this.
Right.
I'm about to start
And I was
shocking.
feeling myself because, like, not only did I produce it, but I rap first on it too.
Man.
So it's like, yeah, you know, I'm like, oh man, it was always yeah.
Hey,
that was my
song,
coming out
boy,
party right there. Deuce
that
Out the
song
Roof,
was-
the coming out party.
Hey, you couldn't tell us shit
Yeah.
coming through motherfucking me. Maker with
Yeah.
Deuce Out the Roof.
Yeah, yeah,
On
man,
that
yeah.
On that
Bring
head.
back the
Memories.
Yeah, man, you already know that.
On that head,
That
nice.
was crazy.
Bring back the memories.
Oh, that was crazy.
Parking lot pimping used
Sunday
to be
and
a
Tuesday at Jamaica was
Niggas
ridiculous.
never went in the club.
Man, that
Now I'm
was
finna pull up at
ridiculous.
145.
Parking lot.
That Deuce Out the Roof. That
Pimp-
pussy we
Pimp
down.
the
man.
lot.
Oh,
Dog,
man.
Maker used to have like this stack parking like right across the street. It was like a
Yep.
fast food.
Yep.
Then a big ass garage.
Yep.
Dog, we'd sit on that motherfucking second floor with our trunk so loud, nigga. Everybody like, who's that over there? Man.
Deuce Out the Roof.
Deuce Out the Roof and pussy
Pussy
weed
weed
knock
knock
Them was my two shits, dog. Them was
That was it.
I'm so A-side.
How you want
nigga.
this? How you want this? You
I'm
want
so
to
A-side on these niggas, dog.
banging,
Yeah.
or you want to get some
telling
energy
you.
to it?
No,
I'm
man.
gonna throw that deuce out.
Hey, I promise call my boy that I used to be parking lot pimping with him. Dog, you know I just talked to the nigga that made Deuce Out the
wow,
Roof. I'm
man.
finna tell that nigga all that
Oh,
shit,
wow.
dog.
That's why I wanted to get you in here.
Telling you, dog. that
Yeah,
shit is
man, I'm
live,
glad to
boy.
do
I
it.
told you, I'm gonna get you on these boys.
Yes,
show, man.
indeed,
That
man.
shit
I
was live,
love
dog.
it, man. I absolutely
real.
love it, man. Salute to all of y'all for that, man. I mean, it's
Nah,
like
salute to you.
You know, man.
For
oh,
real,
man.
salute to you,
I
dog.
stay
Like,
fuck us.
humble, man.
Fuck
Oh
us.
no,
Hey,
man,
salute
never,
to you.
man.
You-
Because if
You
it's
made
not, see,
you made pieces of art that really affected niggas
I
out here.
appreciate
for real,
that,
dog.
but
For
had
real.
you guys not have the have the platform to to tell that story to those that may not know that story. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just to think about how many more people gonna know the story now because of y'all
Man,
doing
I'm
that.
telling
You know what I'm saying?
you,
Or whatever.
bro.
You know, I may have made the Deuce Out the Roof or whatever, but it's you guys that's getting it to the people that really would find that
Yeah,
interesting and be
yeah.
like, damn, that's where that came from. Oh, damn,
Fucking
you know,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Whatever, So I just
Respect.
feel like I gotta pay homage to you guys for
Mm,
putting that
I'ma
out like
hustle
that, man.
Woss
Y'all,
Ness,
man,
clique, Chris
for real.
Bob, man, hold up,
Yeah.
man. I'm finna go home get on my H-time
Man,
shit,
man, I am hype side.
I am H-time motherfucking DJ Nightcap in there.
Already, and I am Harvey Luv, the Come Down King. You
And
know what I'm
this
saying?
is
Lit,
Yes,
dog.
indeed.
Throwed in the game.
Hey, when
Yeah,
y'all see me,
super
man, put a
throwed in
Deuce
the
out the
game.
roof on them boys.
Like a motherfucker.
No, I'm talking about, man. Put
Know
the
what it
Deuce out the
is?
roof
Let's
on them
go.
boys, man.
Man, we appreciate you.
Cheer.